Welcome to Car Wash M&A, the podcast, brought to you by Amplify Car Wash Advisors, the #1 advisors of car wash chains nationwide on mergers and acquisitions and capital advisory services.
Hi, I'm Lanese Barnett, Vice President of Business Development at Amplify Car Wash Advisors, and your host of Car Wash M&A, the podcast. Here, we'll take a deep dive into the current mergers and acquisitions activity of the car wash industry, with the goal of keeping car wash owners informed on where the market is today and where it's going tomorrow, so that you can make informed decisions about your business. We'll help you answer the question, should I sell my car wash now? Or should I enter growth mode and really scale my operation? Each month, I'll speak with industry experts who will share practical advice on how to sell or scale your car wash. While the industry is undoubtedly changing, what remains constant is the need for solid information so you can evaluate where you are and chart the course for the future of your business. Hello, and welcome to Car Wash M&A, the podcast. This is episode 15 of the show. And today we're going to take the time to just talk a little bit about the Car Wash show in Las Vegas that is put on by the International Car Wash Association. And for those of you who haven't joined before, it's a great show, and it's the largest one in the US for the car wash industry specifically, followed by the Southwest Car Wash Association Expo. That's a regional trade show that, in my opinion, is also another really great one to check out. But in talking about the Car Wash Show Las Vegas, we have several sessions where our team is talking about various things going on in the industry, a lot of which we talk about here on this show. But I have my team members that are going to join us and just share a sneak peek about what their sessions are about and give a little insight on that. But I'll go through some of the things that I'd like for you to know in preparing for this trip going to Las Vegas. So the dates of the International Car Wash Association trade show is it begins on Monday, May the 8th, and it wraps up on Wednesday, May 10th. So on Monday, May the 8th, we have Jenks, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Amplify Car Wash Advisors. He has a Pitch 20 session, which is entitled Optimizing Operations by Partnering with Innovative Solution Providers. That is on Monday, May 8th at 1 p.m. to 1:20, and it's located in the Pitch 20 Theater. And then on Tuesday, May 9th at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., we have Jeff Pavone, partner at Amplify, along with Paul Sigfusson, who joined our team earlier this year and was formerly with KKR. Paul is our head of capital solutions, and they will be talking about M&A trends in the car wash industry, the Great Market Reset. So this is a really, really timely topic for us to reflect on what the last year has meant for M&A activity and different options for funding growth, and also what that translates to as far as the look ahead for the rest of this year and going into next year. Love to have you guys come out for that. It's always a very well attended session. And for the folks that attend in person, you can look for a copy of the deck that I will send out, or that someone from my team will send out following the presentation. So it's great information that you can take home with you. And we really encourage you to attend that. It's, again, very much anticipated, and there's just jam-packed with information that is super relevant and super timely to car wash owners and to all of those involved in the industry. First up, I have Paul Sigfusson. He is going to share an exclusive sneak peek about the education session that he and Jeff are speaking on Tuesday, May 9th at 9:30. This session is M&A trends in the car wash industry and the Great Market Reset. Okay, so Paul, you are joining us at the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas, brought to you by the ICA. And this year, you are going to join Jeff Pavone in his educational session that he's done the last couple of years about M&A trends in the car wash industry. And I was wondering if you could share with us a little bit more about the perspective that you're hoping to add to this session.
Yeah, look, I'm really excited to get on stage in a couple of weeks here, and we've been doing a lot of work to prepare for it. Look, it's been a really interesting last 12 months, and we're looking forward to sharing our views around the changing landscape, the seismic changes that are happening in the industry. There's been a global reset in cost of capital and how businesses are being funded, how businesses are being financed, and we're looking forward to talking a lot about those changes and how we see the evolution of those changes coming through to the specifics around the car wash industry itself.
What's one takeaway that you hope that car wash owners in particular, as attendees, can leave with, armed with this information?
Yeah, look, I think the way that people have operated over the last several years is not going to be the case going forward. And I think people need to understand that the landscape is changing. It's changing rapidly. We're entering a more restrictive credit environment. You're already seeing some of those things sort of come through. So the way that people have thought about their sources of growth capital are evolving. And we're having a lot of conversations on a week-to-week basis right now about that evolution. I look forward to sharing our point of view around, what's happening and how that's going to impact the industry over the longer term.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and it's so valuable having your perspective on our team. And so thank you for that. Kind of switching gears a little bit, what are your thoughts leading up to attending this show, kind of on the other side, if you will, now that you're inside of the car wash industry full time? Do you have any different feelings towards it or more of the same? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing some friendlier faces these days to show up and have some friends versus being an outsider. So it's been really fun to build and grow some of the relationships. I think this is an absolute unbelievable event to continue to network and grow, with the relationships you have and form some new ones. And it's always fun meeting people and seeing familiar faces as you're walking the floor. This is a very well attended show. There's a lot of relevant content that gets produced and a lot of relevant conversations that are happening. We've been very busy in Q1. We continue to be very busy in Q2. And, we look forward to sharing more about that with some of the conversations we have and some of the relationships that continue to grow in the space.
You brought up an interesting point because we talk a lot and I talk a lot about the communal nature of the car wash industry and how this is such a tight-knit group of folks. But the flip side of that is if you're not inside of that tight-knit group, you're the other. So now you are inside. So we're happy to have you. But I agree. I love these shows that are a place to have your friends and your colleagues come together and you get to have that in-person time, whether it's specifically talking shop or you're just kind of catching up and building those deeper relationships on a personal level. So there's a nice bit of fun mixed in, and then, having your yearly get-togethers and having those opportunities to talk business. The last thing I want to ask you is, okay, so I asked you how it would be different, but is there anything in particular that you're personally looking forward to or excited about other than, seeing people?
Yeah, no, I think people is the number one thing for me. I think it's a great time to check in with individuals who you don't get to speak to regularly. And then, I'm always intrigued by some of the new and rapid evolution, that's happening in the space, whether that be technology, some really exciting sort of newer technologies that are out there that I think, are beginning to sort of rear their head and come into the forefront. So I'm really excited to keep seeing those as they evolve. We're obviously, very relevant in a lot of those conversations between some of the partnerships that we have as a firm have implemented, and look forward to seeing others as they pop up.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for sharing, Paul. We're looking forward to seeing you in person. I am too, since our team is largely, kind of spread around the country. Thanks for your time this morning. See you in a couple weeks.
You got it.
Bye. So that was Paul sharing with us about M&A trends in the car wash industry and the Great Market Reset, the educational session that will be on May 9th from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. In addition to Jeff and Paul's session, I also want to draw your attention to a car wash panel that Jeff will be participating in with Matt DeWolf. And this takes place on the Car Wash Magazine live stage on Tuesday at 2 p.m. So Tuesday, May 9th at 2 p.m. And this is a panel that is entitled, "So You Want to Sell Your Car Wash." And we have Jeff Pavone at Amplify speaking with David Miller, who is the Senior Vice President of Business Development at Zips, along with Dave D'Alessandro, who's president at Jet Bright Car Wash. And they are going to talk about why Jet Bright, who historically was not interested in selling, took another look at that and ended up having a really successful transaction with Zips Car Wash, and how our role as Amplify Car Wash advisors helped inform Dave and his team about what his options are and what that could look like for the future of him and his team inside of the car wash industry that may not have been top of mind when he had previously been approached about selling. So this will be a really cool behind the scenes into that transaction and kind of what each party's perspectives and thoughts are and how it ended up being a win-win-win all the way around. So really encourage you to check that out. Again, that is on Tuesday, May 9th at 2 p.m. in the Car Wash Magazine live stage with Dave, David, and Jeff. Here's Jeff sharing a sneak peek about that panel. So You Think You Want to Sell Your Car Wash with Matt DeWolf, as well as the session that we spoke about with Paul earlier, M&A Trends in the Car Wash Industry. And Jeff also shares a little bit about his just general overall feelings for the show and his excitement to see friends and colleagues and meet with people. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us again. I cannot believe that the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas is just a few short weeks away. One of the things that you have spoke about for the last several years is trends going on in the M&A space in the car wash industry, and then also financing trends. And so this year you will not disappoint, and you will be hosting an educational session that's called M&A Trends in the Car Wash Industry and the Great Market Reset. So could you tell us a little bit about what attendees can expect to learn from that session of yours?
Sure. What we really want to make sure we cover is, where is the market value today, right? And, at the end of the day, there's a lot of information floating around. First off, are deals getting done? Who's buying, who's not? And I can tell you the reset has got a couple of components to it, right? One is sort of what are valuations? So
right.
we want to dive in deep into valuations and what they're currently trading at today. Two, who's buying? When you look at who was buying a year ago, different than who's buying today. Right now, we're still in a highly fragmented business industry where there's still a lot of deals getting done, but I can tell you the players have changed, and so it's really helpful to understand who's who. Next, we're going to cover what are the options, because when I look at the market today, and I'd say you got different camps. You got groups that want to sell. Their timing is just ready to go. But we also have another group that they're continuing to develop out their chain. And so how do we finance that growth? What does that look like? And then we'll talk a little bit about more just trends and where do we see this business going, beyond this year? What does it look like next year? And so, really it's meant to give as much data points as possible so we can inform our audience about what to do and how to manage their business, and then let them decide where to go from there.
For the last 2 years that I've been along with you and with the team, this is a really well-attended session because there is so much depth of information included there. And I think this year will be no different. And one of the changes to the format this year, or the evolution of the format, is you're having another one of our team members, Paul Sigvason, join you and talk about options for funding growth and things from his perspective as well, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited to have Paul alongside me. Paul is probably the most informed guy in the country as far as where the capital markets are. And so, what does it mean to you? What it does for you is, first off, it'll tell you sort of what are the dynamics going on behind the scenes. So when you look at these large platforms and chains, what are their challenges? Where's the capital coming from? Can talk really intelligently about that. But more importantly is sort of what are your options from a capital perspective? I can tell you they're changing rapidly by the day. And Paul's the guy that on our team that, comes from Wall Street. He's got his fingers on the pulse. He's researching this on a daily basis. So we really think, again, the audience is going to come away with some really good insights on where the capital markets are today for whoever could be buying, and also just what are their options going to be from a financing standpoint.
Yeah, Paul's expertise in domain authority adding to the team has been really interesting to just showcase that bigger picture. Even in our monthly newsletter, I was working on the drafts this week and having some more data points to include in there on a regular cadence that's supplied from Paul's research that's really helped paint that broader picture of what's going on. What does this mean for car wash owners? And that's been a great asset for us to have on the team. So I'm excited to have him along with you and to just continue building out that information that we can share with them. And as we've done for years past, after the session for those folks that attend, we're happy to send out the deck with the supporting materials in there. And we encourage and welcome people coming by the booth if they want to talk with us there or set up a private meeting beforehand. They're welcome to reach out as well. You can email info@amplifywash.com or reach out to me directly. But Jeff, on a personal note, what are you looking forward to most about our time in Las Vegas with the car wash show?
I'm always really looking forward to meeting with the operators, right? Hearing their stories, and I got to tell you, this is the year that we all got to work a lot harder, right? I think that we had a couple of years, call it almost fool's gold. So I'm really looking forward to meeting with the operators and really hearing their stories of what their challenges, what their successes are. And it's the one place where, everybody comes. So, I can tell you, I think, this is going to be a really important couple of days there to really dive into deeper with I think the operators to figure out what challenges they have. Now, the good news is our team is, we've been building out our team aggressively over the last year or two to address some of these issues, right? We brought in a capital markets expert. We brought in, some real operating strength on our team. We've got involved in some venture products and services that will help manage the car wash. So beyond M&A, I just think, we've been advocates for a while now about operations. So it's really being able to connect with the operators, talking about some of the successes that they're having, and then is there a way we can help and be a good partner? We'd love to have that discussion.
Right. And what our goal has been since the beginning is helping car wash owners maximize the value of their business, whether they're looking to make an exit, they're looking to stay in, they're looking to grow, whatever it is, we want to come alongside as advocates for helping them achieve that maximum value through streamlining operations and all these different products and services that we can point them to. So I think that even though our scope of work or our services have expanded, the core nuts and bolts and the mission of it is still the same.
Well, yeah, ladies, and there's a lot of people that got in the space because there's so much money. When there's money, you're going to find
because we make it look so easy.
Yeah, and it's like there's inundated guys knocking on your door, and there's a lot of promises and false promises out there. And for us, we're staying very true to our mission of just being really relationship driven. We want to be good partners. We'll tell you, we're going to be fully transparent, give you the honest truth about what, we're going to give you facts based on what actually is going on in the market. We're not going to sit here and inflate things. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear. We're just going to give good sound advice. And if you look at the team, we've got really high quality people that we looked at valued along the way to all of our clients.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. And it's definitely true that we are all very relationship driven and we care deeply about our fellow colleagues in the car wash industry and our friends. So this is a chance for us to get together with them. And you know what? Vegas isn't that bad for 2-3 days that, have a lot of fun and see friends, but also get ready to get out and get home and sleep in your own bed.
Where would you rather be on Mother's Day?
It's actually not on Mother's Day this year. So I had the terrible idea of having my kids and my husband drop me off at the airport last year, a crying 2-year-old and 4-year-old with the windows down going, "Mommy, Mommy." I was like, why did I even think this would be something different? Yeah. But not this year. So I'll just sneak out as per usual.
Good.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much. And again, for folks listening, you can come by and see Jeff and our team at booth 811 at the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas, May 8th through 10th.
Thank you.
Thanks to Jeff and Paul for popping on today to share a sneak peek of the car wash show in Las Vegas. Our booth number is number 811. We'll have people from both our Amplify Car Wash Advisors team as well as the Commercial Plus brokerage team. If you would like to learn more about scheduling a private meeting with either the Amplify or Commercial Plus folks, please reach out to Jessica Kortas before the show. Jessica's email is jessica@commercialplus.com, and you can find her email info in the show notes. We have also done quite a bit of work with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital over the last year, and we've had the opportunity to partner with them on different things and become a partner with them. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, I attended their partner summit in Memphis and toured the hospital. And man, it is so amazing and uplifting to see all of the great research, development, and advocacy that St. Jude's does for children with childhood cancer and for children with other diseases of all kinds. They're just really amazing folks. And we will have 2 representatives that are from the St. Jude organization in our booth and kind of walking around, checking out the car wash industry and checking out the car wash show. They came last year when we presented a $100,000 check to St. Jude. And it was such a cool moment because as we were on the Car Wash Magazine live stage and we were presenting this check to St. Jude, our good friend Paul Fazio had made a very large matching donation as well on the spot. And it was just a really cool, special moment. But anyways, we have 2 folks from St. Jude coming. Love for you to come by and say hello to them. If you have any questions at all about different fundraisings that you could do or activations at your car wash or on a corporate level, they have a full plethora of different options that I just really feel like for the car wash community, these can be great plug and play or customized community engagement and customer engagement and employee engagement opportunities that's all supporting such an amazing cause of ending childhood cancer. So come by our booth and say hello. Well, folks, look forward to seeing you at the car wash show in Las Vegas. It will be here before we know it. Thank you for tuning in today. And please come by and say hello. I will be glad to give you some car wash M&A magnets to take back to your place of business to proudly display as you're a frequent listener. If you feel so inclined, go on to Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts and rate the show and leave some feedback if you'd like. But thank you so much for listening. And again, look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Car Wash M&A, the podcast, with your host, Lanese Barnett. Like what you hear? Subscribe to our podcast feed and leave us a review or follow us on social media at Amplify Car Wash Advisors. Want more M&A information? Visit our website at amplifywash.com and listen for new episodes on the last Thursday of each month.